Jay Crawford, Adam the Bull, Garrett Bush, Dustin Fox, Jason Lloyd, Tyvis Powell, plus, ba-da-da-da-da, you're loving him, Mikey McNuggets. And so many big names, it would take me hours to say all of their names. The ultimate Cleveland sports show starts now. Booyah!
Welcome to the Players Tribune.
Yeah.
On UCSS.
What's happening?
The player-proof combo. It's the three of us, man. They're gonna have a great show today.
Four athletes. Hey,
Dude, I can't
just
wait.
because I played D3, don't
Hey, look, I always give you your flowers, McNuggets. I say I don't care if you play NAIA. That's still basketball.
Why are you taking a shot at NAIA?
Yeah, listen. Hey, all the Division
What
Three.
did they do to you?
The Intramurals
Hey,
League.
man, the Intramurals League get
I'm about to
spicy.
say they get wicked in the Intramurals League.
You ever run across somebody in the intramural league that played a little bit of like D1 basketball in high school and be like, he's giving us buckets.
Like, your grades must have not been good. That's why you ain't making D1.
Yeah,
That's what, you got me. So you had like a behavior issue or something.
Yeah, man. No, I came from an era where there was Prop 48.
Oh yeah, you had to sit out for a year and get your grades right.
Yeah, get that gray shirt. McNuggets, man, this is crazy, bro. Like, why did you pick this way? I said, man, you brought this panel in to talk about these people.
This is all Bull. Bull's on vacation.
Yeah,
or
Bull's out and about. Jay's not in. Jason's usually off on Tuesdays, so it just kind of worked out this way. But this is the most athletic panel, I think, in Cleveland sports history. Like being genuinely serious. I'm not sure we could have a more athletically qualified panel
I only
put together to talk football.
I don't have no snaps or runs left in me. I do old man workouts.
Oh man,
I be
really? Would you just go to the gym and do like one
gym?
Yeah, you were
You
in
don't go
there
to Planet
yesterday, G.
Fitness no more?
I do be in there. I be in this little gym, but I be on some. Listen,
one set of everything.
I be doing couples walking outside with the wife.
Hey, they say that is like a really good way to lose weight is walking.
Hey,
Oh yeah, it is.
yeah,
I never would have thought that. Like I'm
steps
so
in,
used to
Get
running
them
there,
steps
getting
in.
on my Peloton.
Get
Like
them steps in.
low impact.
Yeah.
Low impact. All right, Dustin. I mean, how many calories can you burn running around chasing a tennis ball?
So this morning, it's funny you asked that because I actually had a nice number this morning. I was on the court at 5:30, and I played about 3 hours, and we burned 2,000 calories.
Man, that's wild.
I ain't burned 2,000 calories since I was in training.
Man, I ain't burn. You know what's so crazy?
Most days are a net negative on calories for me.
So how many calories a day you eating?
Look, 239,
Yeah, that's a 2.5 hour.
1,900.
But so to put it in perspective,
And you do this every day?
Yeah.
to put this in perspective, for somebody that's under 200 pounds to be burning 1,900 calories,
That's wild.
like
That's crazy.
That's like basically that's your whole intake. It's hard to eat 4,000 calories if you like.
Dude,
Pretty much, yeah.
I ran the whole time. So for 2 hours and 40 minutes, my heart rate was 132 beats per minute average.
And how long you been playing tennis?
I mean, for the last couple years, but like not like this. The last year and change.
It's been like competitive and you've been into it like every day?
Yeah, pretty much since I got sober.
Dang.
You know,
yeah.
Good for you.
You know what I'm going to tell you? You said something about that 5:30. I'm going to say this about 5:30. All athletes will tell you this. The highest level and the pinnacle of your shape level is if you get up and you get a workout in any time before, I would say, 7 a.m.,
Yeah.
it's a different feel to your whole life. You be like, because I done already got it in.
Bro,
you
got
go around
the
judging
whole
people.
day. Like,
So I don't worry about what I eat. I just eat whatever I want.
You already did it.
you got
so,
the whole day. Like,
and you look
and
at
it's
people.
like I done did the work already. Like
The
it's,
other night, I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was like, I'm hungry. I ordered 2 Whoppers, a large fry, and a rodeo cheeseburger.
At 3 a.m.?
Man, I would have. Listen,
My wife came down, and
you
she's
ordered
like,
what?
she's like, what's going on down here? I'm like, I was hungry.
What did you order?
2 Whoppers, because it was buy one get one free on Uber Eats. So I'm like, well, I'm not getting one, so I got 2. And a rodeo cheeseburger and a large fry.
Hey,
you ate all
That's
of
crazy.
it.
Hell yeah.
I love
Man, I can't eat like that.
I love his middle-aged white woman talk. Because that be, what's going on down here?
She goes, what's all the commotion? That's a White House.
Yeah.
That's a White House.
What's
right
all the
there.
commotion?
What's all this commotion?
Hey, you gotta pipe down. You gotta chill out after like what you do. Like, come on, you're saying Call of Duty. Like, nah, you gotta chill. But that's crazy because so. Do you worry about it? Because I was going to ask you this when I saw you, because I ain't seen you actually since the wedding. Do you worry? Like, do you worry about?
Don't jinx me now.
Do you worry about?
Don't say it.
You know when you get married.
Oh no, I thought you were going somewhere else.
No. You get comfortable.
Happy way.
And you be like, yeah, this is the best thing I ever did. Your girl, y'all be on an eating tour. You go from the honeymoon all the way to the eating tour. Y'all just be running around liking each other and vacationing. Do you worry about that happy 15 or 20?
No, I don't. And here's why. Because I am an addict, and I am by trade, and I'm addicted to tennis, and so I will never not play tennis.
That's
What about
thing.
football?
What about it?
Were you an addict for football?
I mean, I love football. I don't know that I was addicted to it because it was something that we just did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a job. You know what I mean? So this to me, I enjoy. Like, to me, tennis is a cheat code for life, man. Because I run
wish I
around.
could
Dude,
get
I'm
into
chasing
this,
balls,
man.
and there's no. I think about this. I'm like, how did I do
wild.
that? There's
That
no
was
way.
very wild.
There's no way I could go side to side 6 times and sprint as hard as I possibly can unless I was chasing a fuzzy yellow ball. You couldn't tell me go here to there as fast as you can. I'll time you.
I wish I could get into
Tyvis, you are a professional or former professional player. What is your hobby? You got to get. It ain't golf. It's not bowling. Like, it ain't. What is it? Is it cross? It ain't CrossFit.
I hoop.
Oh, you hoop still?
Yeah.
The problem with hooping, and I think it's great.
The only
It's very
bad thing
cardio.
is that when I'm done, man, my knees be singing, man. Woo! That's
Even
why I can't do
indoors?
tennis.
Or just outdoors?
No, indoors. I don't hoop. I ain't hooping outside.
Drop 40 pounds, dude.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I mean, when you do, I'm saying
you say that like that's.
Congratulations.
What I mean is, like, when you drop the weight, your joints feel so much better. I mean, it's insane.
But mine's is tendonitis. I get
tendonitis.
I got
still,
quad
too. You
tendonitis,
gotta manage
not
it.
patella, quad. So it's a bud.
I have a bad like Achilles tendonitis from tennis.
And you still be playing tennis.
Yeah, but I get up and I stretch and I do all.
I
I take care of my body, dude.
Cheetahs don't stretch.
He got his
I
own.
used to say the same thing,
Cheetahs
dude.
don't
I used to say
stretch,
the
man.
same
I don't
thing.
know what this stretch.
He got his own doctors. Shout out to Dr. Zagatti. Salute to you. And he found
Who?
out. Dustin, man.
Oh,
He found out how to get all his
man.
ankles and stuff together. I love my favorite one of your commercials is the one where they take the little ice thing. He was like, the tendonitis. You take the ice and you rub it on the back.
Yeah, you
He's
remember
like,
those
Yeah, I
from
remember those.
college? Yeah.
Yeah, so, this is going to be a funny episode.
We don't know where it's gonna go.
Yeah, we don't know.
It ain't no telling.
If you want structure,
It ain't
if you pulled up waiting for a rundown or like a list of things, you're not getting it here. You're not getting it. We're the dudes that
This might as well be the barbershop with the white guy.
yes, the PowerPoint and the PowerPoint you needed to do when you was in college and you get with your buddies and you make the mistake because they be like, oh, we should have got Sarah to go in here. We should have got Jennifer to go in here. And this guy over here, Brian, he's smart. We got to split this up. They're going to give us a C- on this presentation. Yeah.
Yeah, before we dive into topics, we got a jam-packed show. I just want to let everybody know that next month, the first Saturday in September, the day before the Browns' first game of the season, I am on Team KYC for the Velasano Bike to Cure Cancer, and we need to raise some money. And I have, frankly, bad job out of me, forgot to promote this for the last 2 months. So I'm going to make a strong push here in the final 3 weeks. I need y'all to help me hit my fundraising goal. So if you have a few extra bucks and want to donate to a good cause, I don't see any of the money. It all goes towards the Velasano Ride for Your Cure. They've raised $80 million in the last decade.
Great.
For cancer research. All the money we raise here at Team KYC goes to that big fund. So if you are feeling generous, have a few bucks to donate, we have put the link to the donation page in the chat. It's pinned in the chat. And help me help raise money to find a cure to cancer. We all know someone who's been affected by cancer at some point in our life. It's a terrible, terrible, terrible disease. And it's something we would love to be able to find a cure to. And stuff like this, the Velosano Bike to Cure, can go a long way to helping that groundbreaking research. And I'm doing my part. I'm riding 25 miles alongside Mike Polk Jr. And we're going to make some content.
25 what?
25 miles alongside Mike Polk Jr. So
you ain't in, G?
Nah, bro.
So
At
if
all.
you have it in you,
They're on a bike now.
donate.
I didn't say it's a bike, though.
Man, I can't listen. I can't be sitting on nothing that long. Crazy.
Pause.
Super crazy.
And if you and last thing, and
Y'all off the rail. You two off the rail today.
if anyone does donate to my page, put it in the comments. Ant's gonna find it, and we'll make sure we try and shout you guys out at the end. Tag us at Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. I'm putting Ant on. He just gave me a very bad look. So I know it's a pain in the ass for him, but it is worth it. We appreciate y'all, and I just want to say thank you guys very, very much for your generosity. Let's go find a cure for cancer. And with that, let's dive into some topics today. Our first topic of the day is brought to us by Yahoo Fantasy. Fantasy football is back. Fire up the group chat, get your draft board ready, and buckle up for a season filled with breakouts, busts, and all the overreactions we live for. It all goes down on Yahoo Fantasy Football. This year, UCSS is going back to Yahoo Fantasy. It's the best decision we've ever made. To celebrate 28 years of fantasy greatness, Yahoo Fantasy is dropping 28 big new features over 28 days, giving you more ways to play, more ways to draft, and more ways to win. It all begins on August 4th. Stay tuned and get started by creating or joining a Yahoo Fantasy Football League at yahoofantasy.com/LockedOnNFL. That is yahoofantasy.com/LockedOnNFL. Let's make this fantasy season the best one yet. We will talk depth charts. We will talk quarterback battles. We will talk Deshaun Watson rehab. That's all coming in today's show. But first, we have to address some off-the-field distractions the Browns are dealing with once again. Myles Garrett was ticketed on early Saturday morning in Strongsville for going 100 miles an hour in a 60-mile-per-hour zone. This was according to the police records that KYC uncovered yesterday. This is his 8th speeding ticket he has received since becoming a member of the Cleveland Browns in 2017. If you remember back in 22, the first year of UCSSG, there was that single-car crash that he was involved in. He ended up missing a game due to the injuries he sustained, but luckily nobody was severely hurt. Myles suffered some injuries, but nothing that kept him out for too long. The NFL has not and probably will not mandate punishments for players for speeding tickets and off-field stuff to that such. But how do you think, and should we even, is this worthy of a conversation, G? Is there something the Browns should do to discipline Myles, considering this is now a pattern in his driving habits?
What I'm gonna ask is this, before I even give what I'm thinking about. I got two guys up here that have had contracts before. So you've obviously signed contracts. You've had lawyers look over your deals and agents, and you know the collective bargaining agreement. If you do speed, I'll start with you, Dustin. If you do speed, are there ramifications that you can have from the team to even do anything about it based on the contract?
I mean, I don't remember having any stipulations in my contract about, traffic violations.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I personally don't think the team's going to do anything other than maybe say, hey, can we knock it off? Can we slow down a little bit? I don't know. I'm the wrong guy to ask about this because
you got lead foot.
I think we've all been caught speeding before.
My wife has a Ferrari and I drive it. She lets me drive it sometimes, and
you like to open it up.
And it's really hard to not go 100. I'll just tell you that much.
You know what? When I seen first of all, what I'll say is this is H1. His license about to get suspended, so he ain't gonna be driving.
I think you got to have 12. I think it's 14 points.
Is it 4?
I think it's 12 or 14.
Well, he got to be knocking close on 14 or 12 or 14.
I have a bigger problem with
license about to get suspended.
With him driving reckless in the country, whereas Porsche was, which is a really dangerous area. You don't go fast in those roads.
Yeah.
If you're on the highway and you're going 100 in a Ferrari, it feels like you're going 45 miles an hour.
It was 2 a.m.
There's no cars in the road.
They probably just got back. It was no cars in the road.
They did, Tyvis, real quick. That is a fact. He was driving home from the plane landing after the Carolina.
Not a car on the road.
He probably was like, I'm trying to get home, and he hit the gas.
He could have been going 150 if he wanted to.
Listen, what I'll say is this. First of all, I just rode past. Obviously, I came up 71. I don't understand how y'all feel y'all can speed through Strongsville. Like that part.
No, that's a lack of awareness.
Like, I don't understand it. Like, Shedeur just got 2 tickets in Strongsville, and then you come and you speed in Strongsville. First of all, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're a regular civilian like me and you get pulled over in Strongsville, just go ahead and give them the license because you getting the ticket. If they can't get out of a ticket, there's no way that you get out of a ticket. So just go ahead and get ready to take that ticket and pay that fine. Now for him, listen, man, you might need to get you a chauffeur or something like that. Like, I don't know. Like, this is getting ridiculous. Like, God, dog, bro. Like, and trust me, I get it. With the Ferrari, I get it. Like, you want to hit it. But, man, like, after the accident, you got to chill. You done flirted with death. Like, you got to chill. Man. Sorry. You do.
So, you know what sucks? Yeah, am I going to regret this? You know, I just watched something the other day. And I be spooked. I scared myself. Like, I be watching way too much TV, right? And I just happened to, one of my biggest fears in my life is to be paralyzed. Like, I don't walk under branches. I'll be looking around. Because I do have neck problems, right? And before I had surgery, basically I had lost feeling in my left arm. Like, randomly. And I was like, oh, no, this is bad, bro. And they was like, yeah, there's a 6% chance when we give you this surgery that you may not, you could be paralyzed. And I said, I don't know how I feel about that. That's like 94%, but I mean, 6 is still kind of high. Mm-hmm. And then after I had surgery, they was like, yeah, your left arm, like, it may not come back, but we don't know until you had the surgery. And so I'm like, man, I'm in my mid-20s, bro. I'm like, bro, I was just about to get a divorce. I said, how am I going to get another girl with this left arm don't work? This is wild work.
Whoa, you know how many dudes in wheelchairs?
But I'm just saying, I was spooked back at that time.
Yeah, okay.
I need that. I was like, I need all my faculties if I'm going to be back on this market.
It was your left hand? Your left arm?
I see. This is why I'm not going to talk to you.
This is a serious question.
It was my right arm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How does this relate to a speeding?
So I told you, we bring this all the way back around. You bring this all the way back around. I saw Derek Thomas, one of the greatest pass rushers of all time.
Oh yeah.
He died.
Yeah.
And he was paralyzed from the neck down before he died. And I just remember being like, when I was younger, me being a defensive end, I was like, nah, that's Derek Thomas. I didn't see him get 5 sacks in a game. It's impossible. And they's like, no, Derek Thomas can't walk. And he eventually passed away, unfortunately, in the hospital. And I always thought about it like this, man. You know, sometimes when you're younger, you never really understand that you are invincible. Like, you really don't get it. Like, even today, as I creep into my 40s, I think about stuff more. I think about my parents getting older. I think about, you know, friends that, you know, ain't here no more. And you're like, man, but I would have never thought 40 was that old. But what happens is you start to understand that life is fleeting and life is something that you really got to respect. And yeah, I listen, we all speed. Lots of people speed. But you know, you can speed, and there's been people that have been hurt for less, right? He got to get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
He walked away from a crash. He walked away from that joint with nothing and played a game the very next week. That ain't guaranteed.
If he didn't have this incident with the Porsche, I think this is a non-story.
Yes. And yes, it'd be a complete non-story.
Is that fair?
It'd be totally fair. Actually,
it's because he said that he vowed to slow down.
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, that's why.
So it's like publicly him saying like, yeah, I know what I said, but I'm still doing it.
Because I get to a point where I'm like, listen, your family, bro. I don't never want nobody's parents to have to go to no funerals, man. You ain't. That's unnatural. You was not supposed to go to your kids' funerals, and that one he got out of. But it's not to say that you'll get out of the next one. So if people speed all the time, and is it a some like crazy, is it a revelation that, oh my gosh, you're speeding? You know, everybody speeds. Time in accounting speeds. Like whoever time, we all got a time in accounting. But guess what? you blessed to get out of it when you got out of it. So to me, I would just be like, man, slow down, please. Just please drive slow, homie, like Kanye say. For you guys, is this something that, I was on the way in and I was listening to Baskin and Phelps and they talked about it from a leadership standpoint. Is this something that shows a lack of leadership, or is this, how would somebody else in the locker room take it?
Well, I mean, it shows that there's no rules for Myles Garrett. I mean, the guy can do whatever he wants. He has his own set of rules. And, I mean, we all sort of, in life, have people in our jobs or a football team or whatever that sort of, they get to skate a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There are different rules for certain people based off, how talented you are or what you bring to the table. And I think for him, he's always been the guy that can like, you can't really be like, dude, we need more out of you. I mean, the guy produces,
right?
On Sundays. So it's they're not gonna bench him for going 100 miles an hour down 71.
No, it's not going. Tyvis, have you ever been in a locker room somewhere? So you played on a lot of teams. I'm gonna ask both of y'all this question because this is funny. Hey, who had the most different rules?
Mike Doss.
He had the most different. So college and pros, he had the most.
I'm just going to like high school, college for me. I mean, Mike Doss did whatever he wanted, and this isn't a bad. The guy's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
Are you talking about on the field or off the field?
No, this has nothing to do with off the field.
Oh, you said on the
I'm just
field.
saying in terms of the team environment.
Yeah.
Like when I was at Ohio State, there were two guys that could spat their shoes: Ted Ginn and Troy Smith.
Yes.
Everybody else.
Hey,
nobody.
Take that. Listen, I love extra rules, bro. I love extra rules. You know what? And I can verify this. I played with Mike Doss in high school in every grade since I was about this high, and he's not lying. I played on the same defense, and it was like I forgot how many tackles he was getting. I said, "How is you getting a tackle?" Because he don't have responsibilities. He's in cover two. Nah, I'm in a box.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, you and nothing bad ever happened. So I guess the coaches was just like, all right, he see it. Tyvis, who had the craziest rules? Who had different rules? Like, was there somebody you played with where they like, this dude, we can't go out tomorrow, but they be in the club. And then come back to the game.
It's like Gronkowski had his own rules.
For real?
I'm talking about in New England.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm just saying, like it's out there. Like the guy.
Belichick's talked about it.
Yeah, he talked about it. I mean, he had Dennis Rodman. Own rules.
Didn't he? He had the craziest old rules.
Yeah.
Where he go to wrestling or what did he do?
Michael Jordan
He went to
said,
Vegas.
Yeah, bro,
For a
Vegas.
bender during the NBA
with
Finals.
Carmen Electra, like, yeah, let's go to Cindy Moore. And Phil was like, yeah, you're right. What?
Like they shipped him out there to get him right.
And they won.
They won. So like. Hey,
So
man.
all in conclusion, before we move on, Myles not going to get punished for this.
No.
Just something we want to be a little smarter about.
Yeah, I don't even think he might not even get talked to by the coaches. It might be just a general manager conversation. Jim Schwartz don't say nothing to him, but go get that dude behind him.
All right, let's get to our next topic, guys. Let's talk some quarterbacks. First, a reminder that August 26th is officially FanDuel Futures Day. It's a brand new holiday for football fans who live for bold predictions and preseason hunches. For 24 hours on August 26th, FanDuel is giving you deals on NFL preseason predictions. So whether you're calling your MVP, eyeing a long shot division winner, or ready to crown your Super Bowl champ before Week 1 even kicks off, this is your moment. Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your futures bets now, because Futures Day is a one day only event. FanDuel, play your game, America's #1 sportsbook. Guys, so Mary Kay Cabot reported yesterday that the Browns had their new depth chart, and she gave us a little insight into how their quarterback depth chart will be utilized in Philadelphia. The depth chart itself hasn't changed. It still reads Flacco, Pickett, Gabriel, and Sanders, despite what Shedeur did against Carolina on Friday. However, Mary Kay said that Kevin Stefanski plans to use the top two guys, Flacco and Pickett, for the majority of the snaps in joint practice, and then they're not going to play in the actual preseason game on Saturday. That'll be left up to Dylan Gabriel, assuming he's healthy enough to go, and Shedeur Sanders, and I guess maybe Tyler Huntley if he's still around. Tyvis, is that the right way to divvy up the reps, both game and practice, for the Browns as they enter 2 consecutive joint practices and a preseason game against the defending Super Bowl champs?
For the game, I'm here for it with Gabriel and Sanders both playing. For practice, I'm still a little on the fence with that because the Pickett thing, I just don't understand the 11-on-11 reps. Like that, the 7-on-7, I'm here for it. 7-on-7 is what it is. That's he gets the ball, he doesn't really got to move a lot. But 11-on-11, when you got a pass rush coming, obviously they can't tackle or sack him in practice, but you still feel that pressure. If you really truly, because you're not letting them play in the game, so this is considered game reps. If you're not letting them, if it's not going to be like that game atmosphere when it comes to him, I don't like it. Like I don't think he should be in there. I think it does a disservice. I would give it to the two healthy guys or three, and that if Dylan Gabriel is healthy to go. So the practice ones I don't get, but I understand the depth chart. The way I look at it is the first two is battling for QB1, the second two is battling for QB2. That's kind of the way that I read into it. For the game, though, I'm cool with Gabriel and Sam. That's what it should be. The practice thing, I still don't understand how we letting injured guys take 1 reps in joint practices that's full all-out go. Like, I don't understand that.
I ain't been there, but I ain't never heard that, Dustin.
Me
What's
either.
If you're not practicing, you're not about to take no team reps. Like, if you're not healthy.
Well, I would say this much. I mean, we don't know the exact details of how injured the player is. Mm-hmm. How injured is he in terms of the hamstring? Okay, well, is he able to go out there and drop back to pass and you say, hey, don't take off and run, but you can sit in there and you can complete passes, you can hand the football off, you're not causing any more damage or stress on that hamstring. Well, if that's the case, then he can do it. I think there's just probably some slight limitations on what he's doing. Which is why they'd probably rather him practice than in the game, because in the game you can't stop. And the guys are going to tackle you. Mm-hmm. In practice, they're not. These guys are not going to be tackled in this joint practice. So I understand that. And also, the Browns are trying to find out if Kenny Pickett can earn this job. They want him to be the starting quarterback for this team to start the year. That's what they're trying to figure out. Is does he can he pick up the offense? Does he understand what they're trying to do? Is he completing passes? Like is he doing things that they need? Basically, they want Kenny Pickett to be a less turnover-prone version of Jameis Winston, mm-hmm. and that's what they think that they got, which is why they traded for him. So that's why he's getting these reps. So I'm not surprised about that. There's 1-2, yeah, it's 1-2. I mean, it's going to be Flacco or Pickett to start the year as the starting quarterback, and then by week 7, week 8, I think you'll probably start to see some of those rookies get some reps in games, and at that point, whether it's Gabriel or Sanders, I think they're all going to probably be here in some capacity.
I looked at it like this, and I told people before. I said, man, Shedeur won a battle, but the war is still raging on. I said that last week. I said, when you come back to this week, don't be alarmed that they're going to have him in the 4th position again. I told people that. If you listen to me, I got the crystal ball. I said it. It's coming. Here's the great thing about it, though. I will say this. See, this is another golden opportunity. See, for people that are fighting for positions, I get the whole, you doing it in the practice. I get it that if you do it against the Eagles, they're going to get all them reps. But the problem is the show will always be televised. If one of them rookies, I told Jay this the other day, I said, if one of them rookies, whoever start first, they come in here and they light it up or look good against the Phillies, I'm talking about Philly.
You talking about preseason game or you talking about practice?
Preseason game.
Okay, so Saturday.
Saturday against Philly.
1 p.m.
1 p.m. The world watching. If they come in there and look competent, and God forbid they look good, it's going to be a bunch of people looking around like, hold on, let me get this straight now. They did that against the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, the last time I seen the Philadelphia Eagles, they beat the brakes off the Chiefs. It was a
Are you talking about the guys internally? Or are you talking about fans?
I'm talking about fans. I'm talking about the fans.
Right,
the guys internally.
What you saying about his fans is correct.
I had to clarify that.
No, they gonna be like,
we understand that this is the 2s, 3s, and 4s.
Players know.
But when they dropped them joints and they said, hold on, now I seen him look good twice in a row. And we still ain't seen Kenny Pickett because these is untelevised. We don't know. I don't know. He said his hamstring hurt. If I'm Kenny, I need you to get back out there quick, bro. I need you
Why
to.
you think Dylan Gabriel going out there?
Yeah, Dylan, I need you to come back. I'm going to tell you, because at the end of the day, them preseason games, it showcases. And look, the Browns may have what they want to do in their mind, but the biggest fan in the world is Jimmy Haslam. He's a big, and if he get excitable, he be like, hold on now, Kev. We got these two young dogs out here. What we doing? Is there any? I will say, ask you both of y'all this question: is there any reservation in your heart that if Kenny Pickett does not get healthy, he won't be on the squad?
No, he'll be here. I think he'll be here no matter what, because this team gave up a 5th-round pick for him. And knowing what we know about this front office and how much they value draft picks, they don't throw them around. Like, they're not going to trade for this guy and he's injured and like trade him or cut him or whatever and get less. They're not going to do that. I mean, they believe that this guy has something, and they're going to see it through until he gets on the field. That's what I truly believe.
If Kenny Pickett does not play in the preseason, it would be a Browns dream as far as the front office, because he'll make the initial 53-man roster, then they'll revert him back to IR, open that spot, so now they have him until he gets healthy. So now that's their way of carrying 4 quarterbacks on the roster, because he will be on IR until his hamstring is good, and then he'll come back, and then they'll have decisions to make then, but it buys them time. But as far as just cutting him without playing, that's why he has to play. Like, I just feel like he has to play. If he plays, it makes the decision tougher for the front office. Because if he don't play, you can just kind of stash him. If he does play and he looks good, now you have to make a decision with what you're going to do with either cutting Flacco or trying to cut a young guy, which I just don't see why you would want to do that.
Well, let me extrapolate this. I like where you're going with this. Let me ask this question. Now, if you are correct in your first assessment, you said that you feel is Flacco and Pickett for the number 1 position, Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders for the backup. If Flacco wins the job, it looks like he's in the lead right now, and they have to make a decision on who's the second quarterback in, how does that look?
Is Kenny Pickett healthy?
Well, they put him on.
They put him on IR.
They put him on the reserve, like
so.
You said.
How does the second?
What the second group look like?
That's what this next game. That's what I'm about to figure out.
Okay.
Because I can't just say, like, right now we could all say Shedeur because we've seen Shedeur. Shedeur has went in there with 2s up against 1s and actually looked decent against Carolina. So we've seen his work. As fans, that's all we really know. We don't know what Gabriel looks like, but we're going to find out. That's
to see that.
Listen. What Shedeur did was put pressure on Gabriel and Pickett. They sat there and was like, yeah, we got to get healthy. Like, we got to get back out there. Because Shedeur went out there with no 1s and went out there and marched his team up and down the field for 2 touchdowns. Dylan Gabriel is going to go out there probably with that same unit, I would think. I don't think he's going to get 1s. Why would you do that? That wouldn't be right. If you want this thing to be, if you truly want to test this thing out and see what it's supposed to look like, why would you give him 1s? Out of curiosity, that's a whole nother story. But I'm not even going to go down that road. But if he goes out there against Philadelphia, and I'm going to assume that he has that same unit that Shedeur had, because those was the 2s allegedly, he should be able to at least be something remotely close to what Shedeur has, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Dustin, I look at it like this. I do agree that he put a lot of pressure on everybody.
Oh, for sure.
Jackson Dart.
He got Jimmy Haslam putting his Richard Millie up.
Yeah. he had Jackson Dart laying his school clothes out before his preseason game. Nah, bro, Shedeur. Cam Ward looked like he was a little inspired. He said, I'm tired of hearing about this 12 character. I got to drop some dimes. If you look at Dylan Gabriel, right, how much pressure is on him? And do you believe, now when I say elimination, is this an elimination game in terms of what that for the young guys? If I'm looking at a competition between Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel, Dylan has been getting more of the reps. Is this a game where Dylan Gabriel got to put up, or it might be looking a little different in that depth chart the next week?
I mean, I think it's still too early to tell for Gabriel to say that all of a sudden this weekend is like the end all be all for his opportunity to play this year.
I think he's gonna play. Do you think
or be the next guy in?
Yeah.
I think it's just way too early to have that conversation because there's still a ton of practices to go. He's been banged up. Shedeur has had really one. I thought it was a good performance. It wasn't lights out. It's like he went out there and threw for 400 yards. I mean, he had a nice, solid preseason debut. I'd say it's a B+. It wasn't perfect. I mean, not every throw was perfect, but he did a nice job. And the thing that we can say about it is he didn't fall flat on his face. You know, he looked like he belonged. He looked like an NFL quarterback. The numbers were fine. Threw a couple of touchdown passes, which were really nice throws. I mean, he made some baller throws in that game. Yeah, I mean, he did. So I came away from the game very impressed. But like, there's nothing that he did there that's going to make me think that he could be the starting quarterback week 1.
No, I didn't walk away
or
from
even
like
did that even earn him the right to be the backup? I think there's just too much time left here until we start the season. We're not playing ball, fellas, for 3 weeks.
I think the interesting thing, why this game is important, and the reason why I believe that they're playing the 2 young guys is because in their mind they know next week the starters have to play. You're not going the entire preseason and the starters is not playing. Like, if you don't play, think about it. If you don't play your starters next week, that means they haven't played it in a game since whenever the last game was last season. You're not doing that. If you do that, that's suicide. that's like suicide for the season. So to me, I feel like the ones is going to dominate against the Rams. Like, as far as reps goes, they're going to play a lot of the game because that's the final chance to play in a game-like setting until it's for real. So I think that's why you want to see these 2 young guys take all these reps, because there won't be a lot of reps for them to take next week.
If I'm the Cleveland Browns, my best case scenario is, my hope is, hey, get these old dudes up out of here. Make my job hard. That's all I want you to do when you go to Philadelphia. Make my job as an evaluator or a coach difficult. Coach Herman was on here last week. He said, listen, if it's even between one of these old dudes and a young dude, I'm gonna play the young dude
every time.
Because guess what? In week 5, week 6, he gonna be better than you. What he gonna look like? We're not get, and that's why I'm anxious. People say, G. Bush, what you want to see? No, I want to see Kenny play. Come on, Kenny. I need to see you, dog. Where's Dylan Gabriel at? Come on out here. I need to see it. Don't be. I don't want no. I want joint practice reps. I wouldn't even be mad if they said Shedeur ain't even playing this week. He ain't playing. Let me see Pickett for a half if he was healthy. Let me get Dylan Gabriel for a half, because guess what? Now I could compare apples to apples. I want to see the throws. I want to see what you're doing. I want to see what you see. So for me, if I'm the Cleveland Browns, I'm over here like this, man. Listen, y'all young dudes keep stacking days together, because right now it's just one game. If it's one game, that could be an aberration. That could be a myth. We don't know. You showed up, but you start putting 2 games together. You're like, okay, hold on. That film work stacking. Then you start looking good in practice. He's like, okay, well, look what we're doing here. For me, I'm interested in the most intriguing thing is this. If Dylan Gabriel come out here and look good, I would be like, I got 3. I already got Flacco. I got 3 right now. Pickett, you going to show me something. I got 3.
Yeah.
Now, I got 3 already in the holster. I got the big joker, the little joker, and the ace. I don't got the deuce yet. I got the ace. I got 3 of them. And does it matter the team they're playing against? It's Philadelphia, right?
What that mean?
I mean,
dude, for this weekend's all intents purposes, it's a skin that they're wearing. You know what I mean? They're a bunch of backups. There could be 2s and 3s out there. It could be any team. They're not playing Jalen Hurts.
No.
They're not playing, Saquon Barkley this weekend.
Hey, for what I look at it is, look, if I'm looking at the Cleveland Browns roster and I'm looking at the Philadelphia Eagles roster, I think their roster in the 2s.
Well, it should be better. But the team they've been to 2 of the last 4 Super Bowls.
You know what's interesting about the 2 young guys is that so since they've been here, all we've heard is, or all we've seen and heard is about Shedeur has thrown nice passes, and we've seen tape of him making some good passes in practice. And when you ask the question, why is Dylan Gabriel above him, it's always been above shoulders, right? That's the narrative that people paint, is that it's all above shoulders. If he goes out here in this game, like, okay, my question is, let's see, how can I word this?
What you saying?
Is it?
What you saying?
No,
I'm looking.
Be quiet, G.
I'm just waiting. I'm just looking.
Let me paint this right. Like, I want to make sure I say this
Get your
correctly.
Picasso on.
If I'm not expecting his numbers to be as good as Shedeur's, I'm not.
Okay.
Just simply because I think they trust him more because he knows the playbook, he knows the plays, and all of those things. So I trust him to know where to go with the ball.
Okay.
I don't necessarily know what it's going to look like from that moment on. To where 12, I mean, you knew, I guess you didn't know, but you kind of anticipated that he would make some good throws, and he did that. That's why I'm so intrigued to see Dylan Gabriel, because if he goes out there and the performance isn't that great, you can't keep holding him back because of above shoulder. Especially when I told you could just put a wristband on somebody like that. You got to cut that narrative out, and it's just really gonna show. So it's really a big Saturday for me because I like Dylan Gabriel has to command the offense. It better be no delay of games because he didn't even have no delay of games, so it shouldn't be that. I think he did miss a slide protection or something like that on the blitz. So it shouldn't be none of that. It should be a very clean game for Dylan Gabriel as far as like pre-snap stuff.
Who would you start in the game against Philadelphia?
I would start Gabriel.
Probably Gabriel. I mean, you gave Sanders the start last week. I would say that now it's time, if Gabriel's healthy enough to play, you'd want to get him out there and get the same opportunity. You know, being a guy that was drafted higher in the third round, they've more invested in you. I'd want to see him perform and kind of have a little, apples to apples comparison of what Shedeur did the previous week.
I would give it to Gabriel because, again, this would be your best non-starters are playing in this game. So I would give Gabriel all of that. The same thing that Shedeur had, see how that works. And obviously probably second half or fourth quarter, whenever Sanders comes in, he'll probably be with the guys that's 3s or 4s. Which he's been throwing to also, so it wouldn't be nothing for him either. So if he could continue to still look good and still march the 3s and 4s down there, it's like, I don't know, what are we talking about?
I like this, but I'm telling you, now we are here. I've been hearing the supercomputer stuff from the neck up. We're going to get a chance to see it. You're going to go right in here, and you going to get your work, and I'm going to get my work. And then we going to be able to compare and look and see. Because guess what? I ain't one of them dudes. I told you, I'm married to what happened on the field. Dylan Gabriel, you got your shot, dog. You got the 1 reps. You're ready to go. You got your shot. What we talking about, McNuggets?
And G, we're going to do another post-game show on Saturday. So the first one did such a good number that we said we got to run it back. This time we're going to let the whole game unfold because we think it'll be half for Gabriel, half for Sanders. We want to react to both their performances, but we will have another post-game show Saturday afternoon.
So do you think because Dylan Gabriel is starting, we will break the record that we've set with Shedeur Sanders? Dylan Gabriel starting, man. We guaranteed to get how many views?
We did 6 figures in the last one. So
shout out to we're gonna see. That's gonna be exciting.
All right, guys. Next topic. G, you mentioned this a second ago, and Tyvis, you alluded to it. Dustin, you've also kind of hinted at this, but Shedeur's performance on Friday has kind of raised the bar of everyone else in that quarterback room. This could be simply a coincidence. It could be, or maybe it's tied to everyone feeling a little more pressure, but a certain Browns quarterback posted this video on his Instagram account yesterday. You want to take this video full? If you can't read and see, that is Deshaun Watson now sprinting post-Achilles injury at the Browns facility in Berea. He was going over some passing drills. It's his first time posting in a little bit in terms of this kind of activity, G. Is it a coincidence, or do you think everybody in that quarterback room, Flacco, Pickett, Gabriel, and now even Deshaun Watson, may be feeling a little bit of pressure from Shedeur Sanders' strong performance against the Panthers.
Man, that looked like a nice football right there, Tyvis.
Dude, he's sitting there posting his sick throws. I mean, and he can make sure. Hey, let me make sure I look good in this one.
Let me tell you something.
I mean, first off, I love how he's running down, and you could tell like he set his camera up. He gets to it and then he runs around the camera.
I like that he got this. By the way,
he was flexing.
Did well-off media do this? I mean, this looks like some of the stuff Shedeur was doing prior to the start of the season. I like it though. You got to have marketing, guys. Look, shout out to Deshaun Watson. I always.
He's not playing for the Browns again.
I wish him nothing but the best.
Did you guys not listen to the owner?
I wish him nothing but the best. But Dustin,
yeah, I mean
that ship has sailed.
I mean, I honestly think at this point that I'd be surprised if he plays in the NFL again. Starts in the NFL.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he has some rehabilitation to do to his.
I don't know who's picking him up.
He got rehabilitation to do to his career, his image, his game. Because let's be honest, like it's just not the injury. He was not playing good football prior to.
Yeah, I mean, look, if Ray Rice was playing like Adrian Peterson, he'd have got another chance.
Right, and
Deshaun was not playing that well last year. He was playing pretty bad football.
I think one of the things he has to do is, Tyvis, do you believe this is just part of him just acclimating himself back to football and being like, listen, I gotta do a lot of things to keep my name out there and so people can understand that I still want to play football. Yeah, I'm here, but I'm being a good soldier.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is. First of all, I'm glad that he's doing better. I'm glad that he's able to run and, he's able to still play football and go out there and throw the ball and do all of those things. That's nice because it was not looking good for a while. And the fact that he's able to do it after tearing his Achilles 2 times in a row and he's back to where he is now, like that shows that he's got tremendous dedication to trying to get himself back to the field. So I respect that and I love to see that actually. But he's not even something that I even thought about this year, like I know that he's talking about, I think it was Mary Kay that said something about like week 8 or something like that. What is it? If he might be able to come back in like October, November, something like that.
If they maximize the window, he has to be on the PUP list for 4 weeks, then it's a 3-week period to activate him, and then it depends on there's a bunch of moving parts,
So yeah,
he could be back this season.
My thing is, I just don't understand what the benefit of it is. The only benefit could be is he came back and he looked really well. He played really well. Like that'd be the only thing. But he on the only contract for what? 1 year? Next year is the last year, right?
No, it's 2 more years. But if they cut him after next year, it's a palatable dead cap hit.
I think that that would just be delaying the inevitable of what you got to do. I think he'd be just a patch for the year. But you got these two you literally drafted these 2 quarterbacks. So play them. I don't understand why would we do this?
This guy's going to be posting these videos.
Well, he's done that his entire career.
When the Browns are 1-5, he's going to be posting videos of him out there completing.
Oh, for sure.
He gonna be. Listen, we might be 1-7.
And our fans, God love our fans. They're gonna be like, man, look, this guy's healthy. Look at this guy.
I don't know. I think for a long time this fan base was 50-50. And I feel like now it's like
turn the corner
95-5.
Yeah, and listen,
like it's like 95% of this fan base is like, no, we're done. Like we're moving on.
Well, like Dustin said it. Look, man. The Cleveland Browns Mike Florio said it best. When the Cleveland Browns took Deshaun Watson and gave him that bag of money, every single owner turned around and looked at Jimmy Haslam like, you know the unwritten rules. What are you doing? This guy, we got to have a meeting. Get over here. Meeting. Listen, Jimmy, we'll deal with Jimmy. But when it comes to Kyler Murray, no guaranteed deals. Hey, I know what's going on over in Baltimore. Hey, Lamar Jackson, I don't care how good he is. No guaranteed fully contracts. Guess what? Jimmy Haslam had to come out and apologize for that. He has to say, listen, I'm sorry. My bad. Allegedly. Allegedly. Don't be followed. The NFL is powerful. Don't follow me back to my little house. I was just saying, Mike Florio said this. I didn't say it. He said, look, man, I got to apologize for this. We made a mistake. We made a mistake, Dustin. Let me back in. Let me back.
Back in the club?
Back in. Listen, y'all done been in country clubs. You know what the country. It's unwritten rules at the country club.
Yeah.
You can't be coming in there in Timberlands. What are you doing, bro?
No, you get a letter.
Jimmy Haslam got that letter from the syndicate and said, listen, I need you to publicly denounce this move, and we'll let you move on. He publicly denounced it, and when the owner says, I'm going to take the L on this one and move on, you're done. What are you
They're
doing?
not putting him out there again.
No.
You imagine how big of a fool Jimmy would look like if you put him back out there?
I don't think he's allowed. No, I'm not, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Like, he's a grown man. He's a very powerful guy, but
I do think he gets another chance. Not with the Browns.
No.
I do think he get another. He gonna work out for some teams.
Here's what they done told him behind closed doors. Here's the list of things we're gonna do. Listen. Your contract is an albatross. We're gonna keep restructuring it. But what we need you to do, we need you to come to these meetings, be encouraging. Don't be saying nothing wild.
Well, he got to do that anyway.
Stay off Instagram.
He has to do that anyway.
And guess what? At the end, if they get to a point where he lives his contract out and he doesn't cause any trouble, they'll put the word in. It's just like transferring. Remember, you say, hey, when you want to transfer somewhere, you're a good soldier.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go to bat for you.
Yeah.
I'll make some calls for you.
I'll make some calls. Look, listen, we just needed another running back. He was a 5-star. You're a 4. You didn't do anything
Not
wrong.
personal.
Not
Doesn't
personal.
make you a bad guy. You're just not going to play here.
But you can't go to Michigan, though, or Michigan State or Wisconsin. But we'll let you go anywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, you're just not going to play in the Big Ten.
Yeah, no,
but you
That's
can go
a
anywhere else
fact.
you want.
That's a fact.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Before the transfer portal, that's exactly what happened.
That's the
you
way
talking
it
about
goes.
you trying to transfer to another Big Ten school? No. We not.
I got a couple friends in Starkville.
Yeah,
We're not doing that.
So Big Nuggets, Jimmy will put the word in for him, and they'll give him an opportunity to sit behind somewhere if he's a good soldier, and he'll get another shot. But he got to play he on probation right now.
I like that. All right, guys, we're going to move on to our next topic. We got something special cooking for you guys. We'll get to it after a reminder that this episode of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show is presented by Yahoo Fantasy. Fantasy football is back. You can fire up the group chat, get your draft boards ready, and buckle up for a season filled with breakouts, busts, and all the overreactions we live for. It all goes down on Yahoo Fantasy this year. The UCSS Fantasy League is back on Yahoo. It's the best decision we've ever made to celebrate 28 years of fantasy greatness. Yahoo Fantasy is dropping 28 big new features over 28 days, giving you more ways to play, more ways to draft, and more ways to win it all. It all begins on August 4th. Stay tuned and get started by creating or joining a Yahoo Fantasy League at yahoofantasyfootball.com/LockedOnNFL. That is yahoofantasy.com/LockedOnNFL. And let's make this fantasy season the best one yet. Guys, the most athletic panel in the history of UCSS is about to get even more athletic because we got the big homie Shaun King joining the show. We had too many defensive players on the panel, so let's bring in our resident quarterback to talk a little Shedeur, Gabriel, and Browns quarterback battle. Shaun, how you been, man? Long time no see.
Hey, I'm good, man. Glad to be back.
Do you just find the most random spots to start your Zoom calls in your house?
So I'm renting and I'm in the process of buying a home. So I haven't set up my office like I will.
I'm just busting. I'm busting your chops, man. Because sometimes you're in the garage.
No.
Today you look like you're like in front of your front door.
Hey,
You set up like a TV tray in front of your front door.
Hey, man, when you got 5, 10, 12, and 15 in the house, you're just trying to find anywhere, bro.
Sure. So we all obviously
Wow.
you've had time to look at the Shedeur. Is he better than Jameis Winston right now? Right now, one game.
Oh, man,
Is he
coming out
better
the
than
gates.
Jameis?
Here we go.
I'm gonna just throw the grenade right now.
Don't bite into that, man.
So I know a lot like Shedeur, you guys live in a bubble, so you think nothing exists but what's going on in Cleveland. Jameis did hit that crossbar the other day and then tell everybody to come to Bible study. And if you watch the game, he had a nice couple drives. By the way, Jackson Dart looked exceptional. Cam Ward looked good. So Shedeur's not the only young quarterback that played well.
Well, I threw it out
To
there.
answer your question, To answer your question, no, he's not better than Jameis currently.
See, this is how the slander already starts. Like, listen, you the empty. Now, listen, I just want to get the by the way, I do think the evaluation. You are correct. Jackson Dart looked good. Tyler Shook was shaky, threw a pick six, but I thought after he settled down a little,
he rebounded. Tanner McKee in Philly had a really good game. Stetson Bennett played really well. Cam Ward did some good things and limited. So it's a lot of young quarterbacks I thought that had very impressive initial outings. I did not see Milroe yet, but I will watch that some point this week.
When you look at Dillon Gabriel, one of the things that that people talk about with Dillon Gabriel is the processing. Obviously, he went third round. Shedeur went fifth round. There has been some limitations because of the height and kind of figuring out where his lanes is passing wise. What do you expect to see from Dillon Gabriel? All accounts are that he is going to play in this game. What are you looking for from him specifically?
Not much. And for context and to be fair, I had a 7th round grade on Dillon Gabriel and a late first, early second round grade on Shedeur. And I think if Shedeur had been drafted in the 3rd round and Dillon Gabriel in the 5th, that will give the Browns an opportunity to only keep 3 quarterbacks. I think they'd release Gabriel. I just don't know how his game translates consistently to the NFL game. And I hope I'm wrong because he's a really good kid. I actually got to coach against him because he initially went to University of Central Florida. Mm-hmm. And he followed after, I think the kid's name was Milton, that had the devastating knee injury. So I actually have followed Dillon for a while and want him to be successful. But I got to be honest about where I had him evaluated coming out of Oregon.
So let me just ask you this question.
Hold on. There was a pause there. Somebody on the panel been.
We were trying to decide who was going to ask the next question.
This panel, we kind of like. We have
it's the Players Tribune panel.
Players,
here.
we be having ADD, so sometimes they'll be seeing the move. Is it you or me? So yeah. So Tyvis won.
I knew I had went and he had, so that's why I was.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Go ahead.
Inside the numbers, right?
Go ahead, Dustin.
Do you think the Browns did a disservice to both of these quarterbacks by? I mean, they take Sanders in the 5th round. And it's not just an average 5th round quarterback, that might make the team. I mean, this guy's a superstar college player who, walks around with an entourage. I mean, he's a big deal. Like, people really love this guy, and he's been a great player. He's Deion Sanders' kid. Does this undercut Gabriel's opportunity to compete?
That's going to be the interesting thing. I think I'm in the minority, and that I think Kevin Stefanski and Mr. Haslam's first name is Jim, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think him and Jim Haslam have handled this process at an elite level.
Okay.
And here's why. They've not piggy-tailed any of the 4 competitors. So whoever ends up being the starter is going to actually organically have earned it. And that's why I was glad that Stefanski didn't big up Shedeur after the game, because we haven't seen Pickett or Gabriel compete yet. Mm-hmm. I was glad that Jimmy Haslam didn't come and announce that Shedeur was his dog, because now it looks like whoever wins is going to actually have organically won the competition. And here's why that's important, guys. When you hand someone something, for them to maintain and keep that platform, they have to have instant success. When a quarterback earns the opportunity, guess what comes with it? Patience. Because people saw him earn it, not it be given to him. And so I think that's really important when you're looking for a franchise quarterback. I tell all the Shedeur fan base, who are the most delusional group I've ever been around in my life. I mean, Shedeur is the only player in NFL history that after a preseason game, Nike made a new commercial. Like, isn't that generally like reserved for like after winning the championship? Like it's really a phenomenal. I mean, it's unbelievable, the energy surrounding this kid. But I tell them, what if Shedeur had the hammy and Dillon Gabriel had played the same game Shedeur Sanders had played? Would Shedeur have deserved an opportunity to come out and compete? And they would all say yes. So my thing is, let the process work itself out. Shedeur got his opportunity. He showcased that, he has some skill set, that he can make some of the throws, that he can keep his composure. We'll see if he can do it against the ones. If we're being honest, I mean, they weren't very good when Carolina's better players were in. If we're being honest, he threw a ball that could have been a pick six that the Panther got dropped on the ball over the middle. So that's what I think he means when he says, I didn't play my best game. So let this thing play itself out. I've never seen a quarterback competition that people wanted to end the first week of training camp.
Well, with Dylan Gabriel being a third-round pick, do you think they would actually, like, say Shedeur did beat him out? Do you actually believe?
Nah, they won't cut him.
That all right?
No,
Because I just the third-round pick part, I'm just like he kind of guaranteed the right. So you think that it's really between Joe and Kenny that loses the roster spot?
I think they're going to actually. I think the only person who could get cut is Pickett. I think if Pickett does not perform well, he's the only guy that could get cut. But I also want to put context on this, guys, because I'm back now, but I've been out for a while. I had some stuff going on. Dylan Gabriel was the most egregious draft pick of the entire draft.
Dang.
There's no way you can have a third-round grade on Dylan Gabriel. Impossible.
Dang.
I mean,
Sean.
I mean, look,
Wait a minute. You do know he was like fifth in the Heisman, right?
Okay.
I want to throw that out there. You know, it was a point in time where he was like the most accurate quarterback in college last year.
So here's the hard thing, and it's why so many teams get this wrong. There are very few people walking this planet who can effectively evaluate this position. I happen to be one of them. And college production doesn't always translate, in my opinion, to NFL potential. Because so much of the production in college is system-based. And he's always been in that Art Briles type of system. You know, he ran it at UCF with, what's the quarterback that just went back to UCF after getting fired in Nebraska?
Scott
Frost. Scott Frost, he went to Oklahoma. They run that Art Briles system. He went to Oregon. They run that system. That system is basically screens and fake screen deep balls. Very, very, very little. I know it because I coached in it with the guys my last 2 years in South Florida. Very, very little of that system is in-breaking, timing routes, is full field reads, is progression. You know, it's kind of, we pick one side of the field, either the ball goes here or here. And then he's undersized. He's a maybe average athlete. He's not a kid that's really going to beat you with his legs. I'm not saying he's a strict pocket passer, but he's not a kid that's going to beat you with your legs. I'll tell you this. Go rewatch Oregon, Ohio State, and then tell me what you think of Dylan Gabriel.
Which
when
time?
He played against the team,
the second one?
The Rose Bowl?
Yes, in the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, they got.
I mean, well, that's different. I mean, that's Ohio State. So.
Okay, well, if he can't do that against Ohio State, then I mean, Ohio State would be the lowest rated NFL team of the 32.
Well, he played well. Did he play well the first time?
He did. He did.
He did okay.
But it was a lot of defensive breakdowns too. A lot of confusion on defense.
Now, Sean, listen.
I'm not hating on Dylan Gabriel. What I'm saying is I haven't been on the show for a while, so none of these opinions that I had have been publicly put out on the show. So I like, you know what I say, Bush, the truth doesn't have what?
Feelings.
Emotions, right? The truth don't have emotions. I hope Dylan proves me wrong. I just want you guys to know, since we're back now, what my evaluation of Gabriel was going into the draft.
And I agree with you. I think sometimes, you know, there's a vocal group of people that's in, you know, I don't know what they call them, the Shedurians. I don't know if that's a thing. I think a lot of people rock with him just because, like, just on a different level of football, right? If you're a football person, you'd be like, man, y'all cats love this dude. They follow him their entire life. But I will say this, a lot of their fan base is like this. Nah, we want you to earn it. I want to see Dylan. Like, I ain't trying to, no. Come on, Dylan. Come on, Kenny Pickett. I want to see it. Because what I want is, realistically, if I'm Kenny Pickett and I'm Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur got his opportunity to show what he can do. I want to see them get in there because I want to see the pressure. I want to see what the stuff we did in practice translate. So for me, I'm all about the competition level. Bring them on in and let them play.
And here's why this is really important, and I'm glad you brought that up. This organization has had talented quarterbacks that haven't had true leadership. When they had Baker Mayfield, he was too young. Baker was a whole different person than he is now in Tampa. Deshaun Watson, that never was going to happen based on where he was coming, from situation-wise. So now, having gone through this actual regime, because Stefanski was there for part of Baker, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So nobody's more sensitive to not just who wins this competition, but that the locker room has full respect for who wins this competition than Kevin Stefanski. Because he's seen what his team looks like when the quarterback is talented, but the locker room don't fully respect or follow the guy that's under center. And I will say this last thing about Shedeur. Cut the BS out, man. Just play football. He got a chance to be such a good player. It's like, it doesn't even seem like organic and real when he does it either. Like, he'll run for an 8-yard and then he gets up. And what is the wrist thing? Is that
I like that. I like that. We got to have that. We got to have that. We got to have it.
You get
Under no circumstances.
Get you a Richard Millie.
Under no circumstances, the wrist goes nowhere. Now, he might have to run because he'll coach. You're a coach. You
don't like, as a former player, you don't like a player that got some stuff to him? Like, you don't like that?
I don't like my quarterback to seem as though he spends as much time on other stuff than he does on football. Like, people like Shedeur because they think of him as a celebrity. It'd be fun to hang around him. Like, we could go to Dion's Ranch. It looks like this got his own gas station. I mean, we can drive in the nice cars. But when you announce a self-proclaimed campaign and call yourself legendary, and then you add the antics in, it makes it so much more difficult to actually attain success.
I don't just.
He's good enough just to go play football. And after the first year of earning the starting job and putting 10 out of 17, good games on film, then do some of the extra stuff.
But what if that's him?
It's just hard to change who you are.
What if that's just him?
And that's what you've done your whole life. I agree with you, by the way, that by doing all those things, it doesn't make things easier on you, the player.
And watch where it spills over. Now, because so many people, and listen, I'm so glad that you guys agree with it. Because when you go on the websites and the social media pages, you got all these people saying, "Oh, throw it up. Oh, what time is it? Richard Millie." You feel entitled after getting selected in the 5th round and playing 3/4 of a preseason game to attack a local reporter about something that he's written about you. Remember this now, guys. Association breeds assimilation, right? Whatever environment you hang around in, you take on the characteristics and attributes of that environment. It's very hard for a quarterback to take the line and walk the line that Shedeur does and not become entitled, not become self-consumed.
Well, like, let me say this.
How do you have all these antics and be humble?
Can I say one thing? I mean, I don't want to like sit here and be a Shedeur defender, but like the kid has said everything right, man, since he's been here. Like his press conferences have been off the charts, and honestly, the context to the Tony Grossi thing is there's more to, like he was more playful than it was an attack. Far from an attack. I mean, it was a little bit of a because it got caught on film.
AD,
yeah.
AD, if you got a fat girlfriend, and you go to a comedy show. And the comedian say, "Boy, I can't believe you came here with that Orca well." He's joking, but there's truth in his joke.
Yeah,
I don't love that comparison.
Well,
first
of all, he said that about my girl. He got to see me right then and there. We ain't gonna do that.
Hey, it depends on which comic. Hey, you know what?
I'm gonna be like Will Smith. I'm gonna pull a Will Smith.
but Shaun, this was a former player. Like you played quarterback, and you played in some big cities. And you probably had a relationship with those beat reporters on a local level, and I think he has a relationship with Grossi and Mary Kay and Zach and whoever covers the team, And I just think it was more like a tongue-in-cheek, playful type of thing, as opposed to you got a fat girlfriend.
Yeah, he laughed it off. And shout out listen, I like all the big beautiful women out there.
BBW.
I love y'all.
BBW.
So again, love don't have a shape, size, or a color. This was
See, this is the reason why. If you got four players, you see how this done trickled down. I'm like, listen, this is not a Jason Lloyd and Jay Crawford conversation, but I'm trying to have it.
Sean, let me ask you about Kenneth Pickett. What is it like? What do you need to see out of him for him to make this roster? I don't know if he can. I mean, obviously he's in the competition for quarterback one. Right now he's dealing with the hamstring thing. Hopefully he's back. Like, he'll probably have one game against the Rams maybe to go out there and prove himself. What is it that you would need to see out of that game to be like, all right, this guy could and should be quarterback one for the Browns?
You know, this is an interesting one because we've seen some guys that have failed Sam Darnold. We've seen some guys that have failed Trey Lance to a lesser degree because it's in the preseason. Change locations and sort of back up where they were initially selected. Like Sam Darnold was going to be the backup last year in Minnesota, but J.J. McCarthy got hurt, and he stepped in and played his way into a multi-million-dollar deal in another starting position in Seattle. Trey Lance failed miserably in San Francisco, didn't work out in Dallas. I mean, it looked like getting with Jim Harbaugh has helped him, right? He looked tremendous in the Hall of Fame game. He backed it up with a pretty good performance this past weekend as well. So it's really going to be up to Kenny Pickett. I don't think, I have expectations. I just want to sit back and watch and find out. I mean, has he learned from his mistakes? Has he grown from his failures? Is that experience not going to catapult him to being what Pittsburgh thought he was coming out of college, which was a first-round pick at quarterback? Or was Pittsburgh dead wrong? And he just kind of is what he is, a guy that played in college for 10 years and had one great year because COVID allowed him to stay in the college till he was like 24.
This is what. Thank you. But I'm gonna give you this, and I'm gonna follow this up with this, man, because I've been hearing. This is wild to me. This is crazy because people been telling me every time I bring up. I'm like, all right, well, you tell me what game you saw, what throw you saw that made Kenny Pickett that dude, and I'll go back and watch it, and maybe I'll look at the different game differently. But every time I ask them what the reason is, they pivot and say Matt Canada. Now, I know coordinators can be bad. I've had my fair share. I didn't like Joe Woods. I didn't like a lot of stuff. Look, but it's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Every analyst tells us Pittsburgh, the model of consistency. Mike Tomlin goes to the playoffs with a quarterback every year. But yet in this one case, the Pittsburgh Steelers, who they had a homegrown guy, they just screwed him over and he got a raw deal. Now, I guess you might not see eye to eye with a lot of people, but on a skill set, on a practice, just playing football, maybe I just don't see it. What do you see? What did you assess?
Let me expound on a whole lot of what you just said. Mike Tomlin, one of the top 3 best head football coaches in all of the world. He's also, out of NFL quarterback evaluators, one of the bottom 3. He sucks at it. He's just to be honest. Mason Rudolph, Mitchell Trubisky, Kenny Pickett, like everything he's attempted to evaluate properly since Ben Roethlisberger left the building has been a failure. Kenny Pickett was overdrafted because of the emotion tied to the year he had at Pittsburgh, being from the Panthers, the Steelers needing a quarterback, him looking good in shorts. But if you go back and dig into Kenny Pickett's college career, he was an undraftable player after his eligibility should have been up. His first 4 years at Pittsburgh, he was terrible. But he got a 5th year, not terrible, but he was average. He got a 5th year because of COVID, and then that's when Jordan Addison popped on the screen. And him and Jordan Addison just made magic that year, and they had a really, really spectacular year. Then Addison, left and went to SC. He's now with the Vikings. But Pickett was overdrafted. And the reason that worked against him because he started believing his own press clippings after that year. And he was like, okay, I'm the guy. I'm the next Ben Roethlisberger. And he wasn't ready, prepared for the amount of consistency needed to become the quarterback in a place like Pittsburgh. Because, like, here's the thing that, and I like to kind of make macro opinions on the show. It's not hard to showcase talent at quarterback, guys. Every quarterback in the league can go out there for a quarter or a half, or some of them even 2 games, and completely fool you. The thing that's almost impossible, except for a few guys, is to go out and play winning football consistently. And the only way you learn that is over time. That's the hard part about playing this position. And it's why I wouldn't be upset if I was Shedeur if I didn't start from day one. Think about the Patriots and Drake May last year. Drake May is more talented than Jacoby Brissett, right? But the Patriots said, we're not going to just throw him out there day one because we want him to see what it's like to fail, to succeed, what it's like to prepare in week 3 as opposed to week 4. What kind of schedule do I need to create so that my body's at its peak on Sunday and my mind is at its peak on Sunday? How do I handle the locker room after a loss? How do I handle the locker room after a win? How do I deal with the media when I disagree, when I agree? Like, it's a whole lot of things that go into this position that's about more than talent. And letting a young kid get to see it for a couple of weeks is never a bad thing.
Shaun, man, listen, I forgot what type of heat did you be bringing, bro.
Fire.
You be just bringing, you just be coming straight from the hip, bro.
I'm like your shoes today.
We got clips. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got
that's
the Ferraris on. Yeah, that's crazy. And you say you slid that one in?
I told you to bring some fire today.
I told you I'm not wearing none of my shoes to the first day of school.
He put on his grandpa walking mall shoes.
Yeah, I got the mall walkers right here.
They're not terrible.
They light. It's light. Shaun, you know how it be. Look at that. Why you get that angle? Steve, you got the angle where they look like they were smushed down. They ain't smushed down like that. Go
Ain't no fire like these.
Yeah, you got the. They got the. You know, these dudes got stimulus packages. They still got these league checks. They getting concussion checks.
So G. Bush, if it's any consolation, my oldest son, my namesake Sean Jr., has the exact same pair of shoes on today.
See, I take it back. You know what?
Some Air Max 90s?
These ain't even like 89s. Shaun, man, I appreciate you. I can't wait to have you on during the season.
Yeah.
By the way, we're going to get you a nice watch so you can wear that on.
Listen, guys, don't self-promote yourself to legendary. Let other people call you legendary, and then you embrace their opinion.
LeBron James did call himself the chosen one.
He definitely got chosen.
Yeah, LeBron James' level of ability and talent far
don't go there. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I gotta do this. I know y'all probably got a break, but I gotta do this before I go. Shedeur Sanders is not a transcendent talent at quarterback. He's a transcendent personality and celebrity, but not talent. Now, does that mean he can't be an elite quarterback in the NFL? No. But there is a difference. There is a divide.
Is Cam Ward a transcendent talent?
He's more talented than Shedeur Sanders.
Okay.
Just if you look at traits, he's more talented than Shedeur Sanders. So is Jackson Dart.
Well, Shaun will be bringing us those quarterback takes every other week during the football season. Shaun, we appreciate your insight as always. I can't wait to hear from you again.
It's gonna be a fun year.
Every other week.
Hey, Dustin been scoping me. He all on my. I be in the front door.
That was the funniest thing. That was funny, bro.
It's all love, man. It's all love.
Dustin been cooking.
Awesome. Thanks, Shaun.
Thanks,
See you
Shaun.
soon, man.
He got on my Air Max 89s. He on your front door.
I'm sorry, man.
Dustin's cooking.
Well, that was Shaun King, Super Bowl winning quarterback. We got some other
playful.
quarterbacks to talk about.
That's very playful.
Before we do that, a reminder that August 26th, coming up in just a couple weeks, is officially FanDuel Futures Day. It's a brand new holiday for football fans who live for bold predictions and preseason hunches. For 24 hours, FanDuel is giving you deals on NFL season predictions. So whether you're calling your MVP, eyeing a long shot division winner, or ready to crown your Super Bowl champ before week one even kicks off, this is your moment. Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your future bets now, because Futures Day is one day and one day only. FanDuel, play your game, an official sportsbook partner of the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show.
Can we say this? Right now as we're talking, the CU aunties and uncles have the mentions is about to be crazy.
For Shaun?
The Shaun King mentions,
Well,
he might do 300,000.
They gonna
He
kill him.
praised them and then called them crazy at the same time. It was
weird. It was like he was together with him, and then they broke up, then they got back together, then he loved him, then he tried to give him some advice. But the only
All in 20 minutes.
All in 20 minutes.
a fatal attraction.
But as Tyvis, we always say, under no circumstances will there be any celebrations.
Shit, I was going to ask him about Deshaun.
God dang it! Because I know.
Dang,
That's what I wanted to ask him.
All right, dang,
Wait,
bro,
you
my
forgot
bad.
the day? I tried to tell you.
Call
you
him back
forgot.
up. Call him. No, I'm playing. Go ahead.
we'll have Shaun on. We can ask you about Deshaun then. But I wanted to ask you guys about another quarterback we have not mentioned yet today, or really in a long time, because he decided to pull out of the 2025 NFL draft. And he was on the Ross Tucker podcast recently.
Oh, heck.
This guy being Penn State quarterback Drew Allar. And he is from the Northeast Ohio area.
Medina.
Ross Tucker
Medina.
asked Drew about potentially playing for the Browns. And we do know Cleveland has 2 first-round picks next year, so there's a chance that they could be in the quarterback market. I want to play this soundbite, and then I want to ask you guys a follow-up question. But first, here's a soundbite from the Ross Tucker podcast.
All right, did you grow up a Browns fan?
I did, yeah.
Okay, so would that be your dream team, or that would be pretty special to get drafted by them?
I mean, that would definitely be special because, I mean, my dad had season tickets growing up. They've been passed down since my great-grandfather. So
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so like back in the, I think 50s or 60s is when my family first got the tickets in their names. So that would definitely be surreal just because, I grew up going to every home game from the time I was 7 to 8 years old to by the time I was a freshman in college.
Oh, you would go to every home game?
Yeah, no matter the weather
Wow.
or the record. Yeah.
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
No, did you go to any preseason games in 2006? Do you know?
I don't think so. I was only 2. So,
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I got traded to Cleveland during training camp in 06, and I started the last 3 preseason
Okay.
games. So, yeah, maybe baby Drew. Oh, my gosh, that makes me feel so old.
So Drew is one of the number of quarterbacks who some scouts are high on entering this upcoming season. I'm curious, Dustin, I'll start with you.
Yeah.
Are you buying the Allar hype, or is he being talked about in a certain light here in Cleveland because of where he was born, where he grew up, and where he played?
Well, I mean, there's certainly a geographical aspect to this. The kid's from Northeast Ohio. He said it right there. I mean, all those things sort of, bring nostalgia to light for Browns fans. You go back to, like Bernie, right? I mean, Bernie was in Ohio, wanted to play for the Browns. Like, all those things, come back to light. My biggest issue is when because those numbers are good, but like the numbers just weren't there against the tough defenses and the top defenses in the country. It wasn't there against Ohio State. It wasn't there against Notre Dame. You could put up numbers against Boise, and you could put up numbers against Maryland and Indiana and blah, blah, blah down the line. I want to see more this season from him. And Penn State's supposed to be a top 5 team in the country.
Ranked number
okay?
2.
So we're going to find out a lot more about Drew Allar this season. I'm a fan. I'm rooting for the kid. I don't know the kid personally, but certainly, just being down the road from where he grew up and where he went to high school, I watch him. My brother's a Penn State alum, and so we talk about Penn State football quite a bit. The other thing I would say is that the hype is there because he's a big, strong kid who throws a beautiful pass, who's an above-average athlete, who plays it for the number 2 team in the country. So, yeah, there's going to be hype for those guys. They don't fall off trees. Those size players who have that talent just doesn't fall off trees. Now he's got to do it again against better competition and prove to the NFL people that he can do it. But he's like a Josh Allen type of guy, not quite as big as Josh, but or athletic, but he's a big, strong kid who can throw the football down the field.
I'm gonna defer to the Big Ten first and foremost.
Yeah, I would too.
Y'all can't.
I know more about the SEC. I know about the Big Ten.
Well, these are two. These dudes.
We don't have the Big Ten.
College.
Fair.
You guys
That's
got
fair.
college analysts sitting here, right? Tyvis works for the Big Ten. Dustin calls.
Tailgate show starts August 30th.
There you go.
Make sure you be there. I'll be in Maryland.
There it is. Both of you guys played, and you guys are from the area, played in the league, so there's always that thing, right? Everybody's like, do you want to play for the Browns? Do you want to play for the Browns?
Sure,
That's
a fact.
It's the thing. That's it. So you know what it is. And you're like, dude, the Browns didn't look at me, or the Browns did. It's always like this weird thing where you can't say anything bad, but then you can't just be looking crazy like if they don't draft you. It's just what it is. I'm with you, though. I need to see it against Notre Dame. I said all they needed is a couple throws against Notre Dame.
2 throws.
They needed 2 all they need is a couple. I'm like,
And a couple first downs.
yeah, I'm like, come on, bro. It's there for you, bro. They got 2 great running backs. They got nice – they stay with 2 or 3 defensive ends. They just needed a couple throws. He couldn't get them. So, see, from junior year to senior year, we're going to see what it is. Tyvis, you saw him play a lot. You were on the Big Ten Network. You guys went to Ohio State. He's in the division. What are your thoughts on Drew Allar?
I would say that I made this statement last year before the season started, and it kind of got me fired. And it said it was something like this. It was about
You got fired for this?
Fired?
Yeah, I got fired for these comments I made, but
From which job?
don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah, okay. I know what you're talking about. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Anyways,
Tyvis the only
Tell me later.
dude. He the only dude. He got so many jobs. He the only dude that lose a job and make more money.
well,
Go ahead.
I'm back up to 5. I'm back up to 5 jobs now, so we good. But anyways, no, I made these comments about Ohio State last year about, how they had all the talent in the world, and if the talent if they couldn't get it done with what they have, with that roster, with that personnel, then it's only one person you can look at, and that's the head coach. Fast forward that to this year. Penn State got everything that you want. you got all your players to come back. You went in the portal, got the best wide receivers out. You're supposed to have one of the best quarterbacks in the country.
Stole y'all's defensive
Y'all stole
coordinator.
the defensive coordinator who's giving y'all just all the tips in the world about what Ohio State did to shut y'all down. So you should be one of head above shoulders above a lot of quarterbacks this season. There's no excuse. Last year for me, I didn't really like your game because to me, when you was in doubt, all you did was throw it to Tyler Warren, and Tyler Warren was a cheat code. He was probably the best player on that team last year. Rightfully so. This year, you don't have Tyler Warren anymore, and if you're the quarterback that you say you are, it shouldn't be, I got to just force feed my tight end. I should be able to raise the play of everybody around me. Tom Brady is notorious for doing it because he's went to a lot of Super Bowls with receivers that we can't even name, but yet he still was able to get it done. When it came time for you was up 24-17 in the game to get to the championship game, and you lost. In the last moment with the ball in your hands, you threw a pick that you claimed that you was trying to throw to the dirt, but you threw it straight to the guy. So, that to me is stuff like that I don't really see it right now. I am totally open for being proven wrong, and I hope you do. It'd be nice. But right now, at this very moment, no, I wouldn't take it out. 6'5", great arm, all of those things is great. And I'm sure Cleveland would love that. But until you put it on tape to where I can see it against Ohio State, I can see it against Notre Dame and all these top teams in the country, how am I going to sit there and say that I would believe that you would be the guy that can help the Browns get to where they want to go? At this very present moment, as of August 12th, Tuesday, August 12th of 12/28, I don't see it right now. But you got a whole entire year to prove me wrong because they have went out and got you everything that you want. You literally stolen the recipe of what the last 2 national champions did. Y'all was able to recruit y'all guys to come back for another year. A lot of y'all key pieces is coming back for another season. Get it done. That's all I don't.
Can I get one of you? Can I get your opinions on this? I want y'all. Well, look. I want to start placing bets on what are we doing. So he's part of the class that we say is the much better draft class.
And but all of them was eligible to go into the draft this year, but decided to come back for another year because they didn't think they were good enough.
Do you have a favorite out of these? Do you have Garrett Nussmeier?
He throw a lot of picks. He led the SEC in picks, tied for first place in picks last year.
Lenore Sellers.
Lenore Sellers is the most. He's big and he's very athletic. Raw though, I think last year was his first year starting, so you got to see it for 2 years.
Cade Klubnik.
I like Club Dick.
Athletic guy. I actually did one of Cade's games 2 years ago. After I did the game, I'm like, this guy's not going to be a prospect like for the NFL, but I think he's turned into one.
Okay, so we got the obviously Drew Allar. We just gave you the assessment on Drew Allar, and then I guess Arch Manning, but we've all been told he's not coming out.
So you got him. You got Fernando Mendoza for Indiana this year. They say he's a really good quarterback.
The kid from UCLA.
Nah,
Not eligible.
He's not eligible.
Nico,
You guys have named the main.
Iamaliava.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have named it. The big group is in no particular order, but Sellers, Aller,
Nussmeier.
Klubnik, Nussmeier, and Mendoza are the five.
I did a Nussmeier game last year too. I like him.
So, here's the thing. I always talk about the work, right? So, Shedeur and Dylan Gabriel got work to do for this year. All those quarterbacks got work to do. Mm-hmm. They got work to do. If it's going to be a great class, because I thought Carson Beck was going to be good. They told me Quinn Ewers was that deal.
They said Carson Beck was the Heisman front runner going into the season. Like he had about the same type of year that Spencer Rattler had when he was at South
what a name!
Spencer Rattler was very coming into his at Oklahoma maybe.
Yeah.
And
OU, yeah.
And then they said he was
people
supposed to be the Heisman front runner. He gets benched for Caleb Williams and then
So-
transfers to South Carolina. Doesn't do really well, but plays really well at the end for his last few games. Now he's with the Saints, and he started last Saturday's preseason game or Sunday.
Carson Beck's going to have a big year.
At
Miami,
right?
you think so?
They have the easiest schedule in the country.
Do they? I ain't looked at it.
Man, it's always, you never know. And by the way, I guarantee this: there's going to be one quarterback that comes from nowhere,
Oh, it happens every year.
and
Tyler Shuck last year.
Yeah, nowhere. They'll come from. They say, "Well, what about this kid?" And I will give him credit. I will give what's the name credit as he come on.
Oh, they start the year.
He
off
said, Shaun King said this. Them dudes be getting when is the COVID years done? By the way.
It's over.
It's over.
Okay.
We're officially past the COVID.
Okay, but because it's always somebody that plays 7 years. You be like, where did he come from? Well, actually, he went to North Carolina. Then he transferred to Miami. Then he transferred to UCLA. Then he transferred to Texas, and now he at Texas Tech. Now he's supposed to be good. I'm like, bro, that was 8 years, bro.
Did you mention people are going to talk about Darian Mensah too? Transfer from Tulane to Duke. He'll have a good year. He's an athletic guy that made a lot of plays for Tulane. That's why they won 9 games last year. That's another name that people by the end of the year in the ACC people will be talking about him and Duke's gonna have a good year too. Quote me on that.
He was the dude with the NI, one of the MI, that NI.
He got $1 million from Duke.
Yeah. A lot of money. All right, let's pivot. Let's talk a little Cavs for a sec, guys. Before we do that, if you want extra UCSS content, make sure you follow us on all our social media channels. You can see them on the screen right now on X, on Instagram, on TikTok. We just had our second reel go over 1 million views on Instagram, so shout out to you guys for checking that out. But if you're not already following us, give us a follow. We appreciate it. All right, the NBA schedule is being released this week, and we are getting some early releases. And so far, on each of the nationally televised events the NBA has announced, the Cavs have been part of all 4. 3 of the 4 games, nationally televised thus far, are on the road, including part of ESPN's Wednesday night season opener. It's the second night of the season, but the first game's on ESPN. They'll play the Knicks in New York City. On Peacock, they are taking on the Detroit Pistons later that week. On Christmas Day, they head to face the Knicks in New York again. And then on Martin Luther King Day, they're home against the Thunder for a 2:30 matinee contest. Their only home game against OKC this season. GSC, you're shaking your head, but it's 4 primetime games for the Cavs, which I think they had 8 total last year. They're 4 for 4 so far. I got to imagine that number is going to be high. It's kind of cool, in my opinion, to see the NBA giving the Cavs some of the respect they probably deserve in some regard, but also they didn't do it in the playoffs, so I understand kind of why you're shaking your head.
Nah, I ain't shaking my head. I'll take any games I can get. But here's the thing. Let's not act like they received those games because they was respecting the Cavs. They just feel like, you know what? The Celtics aren't going to be good anymore. Okay, we need to pivot. What do we got next on the list? Well, Milwaukee Bucks.
Can't put the Pacers in there.
Pacers. We got any other options? We got Giannis and Dame. Oh, Dame's in Portland again. He's out for the year. Well, let's kind of fall back on these Cavs. Maybe, listen, I know they won a lot of games. We can always sell it. They need some games, to be honest with you. Like, the Cavs games on here, I'll take what they can get, but it's kind of like you leaving college, you're going back, you get home, you got a new job, and you see the girl that's from high school. You're like, she wasn't that bad in high school. She's a little more mature now. Let's go on a date. I feel like they dipped back and came back and got the Cavs. They wasn't trying to show us no love last year. We was playing on NBA TV. We had playoff games blacked out. Like, we was getting playoff games where they're like, the Cavs is playing the Magic, but it's on a Tuesday, and so we're not even going to show that. You just get scores and highlights.
Yeah, look, I've got an interest. It's not interesting. It's just like I feel like we've been having this conversation about all Cleveland teams for the last 15 years that I've worked in the media in Cleveland. Yeah, I'm a media member, Tyvis.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
You are too.
No, I'm not.
But
no, he's a former athlete.
All I want to say is, who cares if we're on ABC or ESPN that night? Outside of Christmas Day, Christmas Day, I feel like you earned the right to be one of the top teams to be in that window.
We finally got there.
But out of unless you live in California or somewhere out of this market where it's hard to see the Cavs play every game, every game's on TV. Every game's on TV. What's the big deal? On a Friday night, if they're on ESPN versus Fox Sports Ohio or whatever the hell is FanDuel or Bally's or whatever.
Yeah.
Love FanDuel. Big FanDuel fan. Love FanDuel. We love FanDuel. But I'm just saying, who cares about the respect? All I care about is, are we going to hold the Larry O'Brien trophy at the end of the year? I don't give a shit about playing on ESPN on a Friday or Saturday night.
Is it a fan validation thing?
Yes.
It's like
we want you to talk about us because no one talks about us.
we do be in our feelings. It's unacceptable.
It's sad because I wish that I didn't work with Bull so much. He has rubbed off on me.
Same.
See you in April.
Dang! Look at these. Listen.
When it comes to the Cavs, talk to me in April.
Now listen.
I'm sorry, because you after what y'all just did. See me in April. Man.
See, this is human nature.
It's what it is.
I see why this chair is devastating because two people said something. G. Bush middle chair. I'd be like, man, ain't nobody caring about none of this. But it's G. Bush left chair. I'm like, can we really say that? Yeah, we can. But guys,
that's what it is.
Are we not gonna? So okay. If, say, for instance, let me try to sell this to people.
Unless they go 82-0, I don't.
Can I sell this to y'all? If Evan Mobley, right? Evan Mobley come back, and he looked like he in this different bag.
He looked like that AI picture?
Yeah, he looked like the AI picture. He played like AI. And he getting 25. He giving you moves, dunks, and his game's just different. And you're like, well, Donovan is still nice too. And the Cavs is rolling. Does that change your approach? Because when you can say that now. But if it's a Thursday night game and it's the Knicks and they come out there in Madison Square and destroy the Knicks and Evan Mobley get 40, I'm going to be like, we're going to be excited, right? We're going to be pumped.
Of course.
Yeah, I think.
Look, don't get me wrong. It's nice to be on national television. Yeah. It is. It's cool that you get the good broadcasters. Not that ours aren't good, and but they're local.
Yeah.
But it's cool to have Mike Breen once in a while.
And
bang!
Or you get
puts it in.
That's two paws. His whole celebrations is pause worthy. Bangs and put it in. That's crazy.
But it's cool to have those guys once in a while.
But no, look, I came from MAC school. Back in the day, See, y'all boys was already y'all had a whole network. Ohio State came on. We had to move our games to 2 just be like, listen, we used to play at random 2:30 games. They said, why?
Max still does that.
2:30. We got to get out.
Sure.
We got to get out the way of that Ohio State buzzsaw. You got everybody in the bars. Ain't nobody at these games. But let me tell you what. We play a big team, and they bring ESPN Plus down there. You tell everybody, hey, ESPN Plus, dog. They're like, listen, it's 5 ESPN TVs. ESPN 1, ESPN News, ESPN 2.
People don't know about the old school Plus. ESPN Plus, the regional television channel. I mean, this was on your local ABC.
Yeah, and so
regionally.
It looked like I remember I never forget being on my first ESPNU game. I got a brand new visor, and we had military coaches. I had to run for days because of that dawn patrol because I had a visor, and I came out there.
Was it worth it?
No.
Yes, it was.
We came out there on ESPNU, and we played the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Now, you may say that's not too bad.
Your crib up there.
Did they have Marion the Barbarian?
They played.
Was this at their crib or yours?
No, they came to Peden. Sold it out.
Yeah. Rich Rod's going to Peden this year.
I'll be there.
I'm calling the game.
I got to pull up on you. Guess what?
Marion the Barbarian.
They not only had Marion Barber, and he got to 175. They also
Maroney.
They had also
Lawrence
brought in
Maroney.
a young, dreaded creature,
Lawrence Maroney.
Lawrence Maroney, and he got about $1.90.
He was good.
And then guess what?
Yeah.
We went in on Monday to see that film. They said we just gonna concentrate on Mac play, fellas. Didn't even watch the film.
Y'all gave up that much rushing yard,
bro.
How many they have again?
150 and like a 170
per player.
God,
no, like they had.
They was 150.
They each had like 150.
And guess what? And we was great at stopping the run. That was our motto. They came in and shredded the whole film. We didn't watch film. We was like, we're going on to Western Michigan, guys. ESPN Plus. Go ahead, McNuggets.
If you want some more Cavs talk, tomorrow morning, Jason and I will have a new episode of the Ultimate Cavs Show. Make sure y'all check it out. It'll be on our YouTube channel at 8 a.m. Jason and myself talking all things Cavs. All right, guys, let's close out today's show with a little Ohio State football talk. Guys, the AP Top 25, the first preseason AP Top 25 of the year came out earlier this week. And, Steve, you want to take Tag Board here first. Tag Board, not the Big Ten teams. We'll show you the full list before we show you the Big Ten teams.
Oh, okay.
Indiana, there's the AP Top 25. As you can see, Texas is your number 1 overall team in the country. Penn State at 2, Ohio State at 3, Clemson at 4, Georgia at 5. I'll give you 6 through 10 here as well. Notre Dame at 6, Oregon at 7, Bama at 8, LSU at 9, and Miami at 10. Overall in the top 25, there are 6 Big Ten teams. Now you can take that initial graphic here, Steve.
It's kind of wild.
Including Penn State, Ohio State, Oregon, Illinois at 12, Michigan at 14, and Indiana
back in the mix.
at number 20. Guys, the Buckeyes are your reigning national champs. But they are not the highest rated Big Ten team entering this season. Are the voters here sleeping on Ohio State? Are they ranked too low, considering what they just did?
Too low? They're third. They're third.
You can make a case they should be higher, Dustin. It's the fair chance.
Sure, you can make a case they could be higher. You can make a case that Texas and Ohio State could be flopped. Penn State and Ohio State could be flopped. Like, dude, this is preseason polls.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a player, before we won the title that year. I think we started the season, the preseason poll, like 18th in the in the
Yeah, I remember y'all was in the. They wasn't. It was
my
not
point in
top
saying,
10.
My point in saying that is this poll we're looking at right now
irrelevant
is for TV.
Yeah.
It's so that me and my network and his network and all the people that do games or whatever can put in a number next to that team.
Yeah.
And
So that says watch.
it says watch this game.
Well,
This
I mean,
game.
think about it. It would now you got 1 versus 3 to start
right.
the matchup.
That's right.
Which they
1-3.
really dropped the ball. They should have just made Ohio State 2, so it could be 1 versus 2.
Fox
to start
doesn't own the
season.
Associated
But,
Press.
You know, they dropped the ball on that one. I mean, I get it. Coming into the season, you got Arch Manning, you got Drew Allar, and then you got question mark because we don't know who the starting
That's the
quarterback is. At
this-
the problem.
this is a quarterback ranking.
So like that makes sense right there why they would even do that.
Right.
You think about you got to think about forget last year. It's this season right now when you look at this roster. Like Ohio State lost a lot to the draft this year. You got a bunch of guys going in there that you don't really know about. I mean, Ryan Day talks about it all the time. The inexperience on this team right now. They're doing live tackling in practice. Yeah, how long it's been since I seen somebody do live tackling like to the ground, like quarterbacks live. He did it in the spring. He had his quarterbacks live. That's crazy.
Love it.
But he's trying to get them guys game reps. He was trying to figure out a way to get them game reps without them being in the game, and he had to expedite the experience. And that's where we at right now. He's trying to figure that thing out. So it don't shock me that they put him at 3, and it doesn't even matter. Mikey, the one that matters is the last one.
What matters is the seeding for the playoffs, because that's where Ohio State will be at the end of the season. They'll be in the playoffs. Bet whatever you want on that. They're going to be there. Penn State's probably going to be there. And
Texas will probably be there.
Texas is going to be there, and probably
Clemson will probably be
yes,
there.
all those teams will probably be in the playoff. Let's hope that Ohio State has a higher seeding.
Nowadays. I think how many teams is it now?
12.
Oh yeah, you lose.
So here, let's put.
You can lose 3 whole games.
No, you can't lose 3. You can lose 2.
You can lose 2.
Three is you. That's Bama last year. They didn't make it. 2.
Listen, I'm telling you, they're gonna give one. If you lose to,
But Bama lost like to Vanderbilt. Like,
if
we're
you
not talking
lose
about
to
losing
Texas,
to Texas.
You lose to Texas.
That's a good loss.
That's a great loss.
Wasn't LSU and Ole Miss? Wasn't they all 3 loss teams too?
You're telling me if Ohio State lost to Penn State and to Texas, both by a field goal, or last second,
okay,
or Oregon, or Michigan,
and throw another one of those in by a field goal, and they're 9-3.
Oh yeah, they're
not getting in.
No,
they're getting in.
They're getting in.
Dustin, let's take this. Steve, take the tag board full here. You said most of the teams in the top 5 you would anticipate being there in the final playoff rankings. Of the top 12, you could just cut it off after Illinois. How many of those top 12 teams do you think end up actually making the playoff when it's all said and done?
I don't think Notre Dame.
Yeah, they quarterback. This is
they got what's the Carr kid?
He's a freshman.
We'll find out. But I think that I don't think Illinois will be in the playoffs.
Dang, you don't think they making it?
Man, I'm happy for them just to be right there.
I'm
happy they're in the hunt.
There, just sit
Okay.
listen. Get you get you a Citrus Bowl, dog.
I feel like that about Oregon for some reason.
I don't think LSU will be in the playoff either.
There's something about Oregon this year that I just don't think that they
A quarterback.
They got Dante Moore, he was a high recruit. He was at UCLA, then he transferred to Oregon. He's like the number 3 quarterback or something.
The NIL stuff, so think about it, Ohio State had last year, what's his name? I can't remember his name. He played for Pittsburgh now. Lost his,
Will
Howard. Yeah, lost his mind. That's how stacked they was. Who they had? Jeremiah Smith. So they had Will Howard last year, and then I'll say my brother's a big Ohio State fan. I'm like, what happened to this Aaron Nolan? What happened to?
He at South Carolina. He behind Lenore Sellers.
I said, well, how he roll out?
Because they got Julian Sane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, see, that's the thing. Nowadays, you can't stockpile like that. Before, you would have had, the time where Joe Burrow was just behind everybody, and it was 12 dudes ahead of Joe Burrow, and he was like, I got to go to LSU or something. That don't happen no more. Cats is sitting 5 months, if that. You sure to do, I'm out. You sit behind somebody that's young, I'm out. If you just don't give me enough money, I'm out. So a lot of these teams, they ain't gonna make the playoff because we don't know what they are. K. Klubnik, we seen him. Nussmeier, we done seen him. We know what Carson Beck has done. So a lot of those teams in those top units, I'm gonna give them a nod because they got a dude that I've seen before. So
you don't like Illinois this year?
I mean, you know more about them than I do. I just know they're still Illinois.
It's Illinois, bro.
I hear you. Yeah,
they have to until they prove it. They're still Illinois.
That's fair.
Is Juice Williams still playing?
And Brett Bielema is a great
Altmaier
coach. I love him.
Is a good quarterback.
It's Illinois, though.
I hear you.
I mean, I feel it.
It's hard to say it. But I can see them.
And they play in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Their schedule ain't hard though. I don't think they got a tough schedule this year.
It's hard to play.
It's hard.
You can't be in the Big Ten and say
I'm about
you're.
to look it up.
I mean, you got. I mean, it's 40 teams in the Big Ten, but I mean, you catch a USC.
This is Illinois' schedule.
Yeah.
All right.
Home versus Western Illinois.
Okay.
Duh.
The Leathernecks.
On the road at Duke, which Dustin said.
That's a trap game.
Trap game, big time, dude.
We'll
Manny
see.
Diaz defense is legit,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah, it is.
Trap game.
He was nice at Penn State.
All right, go ahead.
Home versus Western Michigan.
That's a dub.
At
It should be.
Indiana.
Should be a dub.
Indiana ranked.
Indiana's top 20.
Yeah, but they lost a lot.
But
though.
you said it's Indiana, though.
I mean, they got the quarterback, so
Yeah, all right.
and Signetti. If Signetti really like that, I
yeah,
mean,
he's tough ass, man.
Yeah,
All right.
it's gonna be a
His
good
boys will
game.
be ready to go.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
All right, Indiana.
Then you're home versus USC.
They should beat them.
That's tough.
USC's been
USC been trash.
I mean, but it's still like it ain't. It ain't.
They'll be
Western
good.
Michigan.
USC will be good in 2 years because they giving out $1 million per child for going to their school in the recruiting class. So about 2 years,
I
not
don't think I
next
can tell you
year.
a player on USC.
Yeah, if you ain't got a quarterback, you in trouble.
They like that Maeva kid who's their quarterback.
And
Who knows if he's good,
That's
but
funny
they
because
seem
I
to like
can't
him.
eat.
Right? I mean,
And
I'm
who's-
just saying, like, it ain't like
who's
Reggie
the-
Bush walking through the door.
Who's the receiver, the number one kid that they had?
Zachary, he transferred.
He transferred.
He's
to-
at Georgia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he Georgia.
yeah.
Their top receivers are Makai Lemon, I think his name is.
And
something Lanes. Ja'Cory Lane, something like that.
He was
Tory
good.
Lanez.
He was good. Like he's a big body receiver. He was good last year.
Then they got Ohio State
L.
Okay.
at Washington.
Dub.
Know nothing about Washington.
Home
Dub.
versus Rutgers and Maryland in back-to-back weeks.
Dubs.
Yeah, you win those.
At Wisconsin and home versus Northwestern. So
Dubs.
At Wisconsin, I
the
don't like.
Wisconsin one could be.
And I don't like at Wisconsin. I
but
don't like Camp
at the
Randall.
worst, we talking about 3 losses. And
I
y'all
mean,
just
it is
told
a-
me
it's
9
a
and 3
light
gets
Big Ten
in.
schedule.
You know what I
What?
said?
No,
No,
we
that's-
didn't say 3 losses
look,
gets in. We said 3 losses the way that we said
Yeah,
Texas, Penn
yeah.
State, and Michigan
Okay,
or
so
Illinois.
if they lose by field goals, they in.
Hey, listen.
Depends on how.
Look
I
at
told
this.
you.
Sure.
Look at this.
Sure.
Y'all see this, right?
I
Y'all
told
see
you.
this?
I said, welcome to the Citrus Bowl.
They're also not the defending national champions.
Yeah, and it ain't the Buckeyes. Come on, bro. Listen, the Buckeyes
Y'all
lost.
moving the goalposts.
Nah, it's
Y'all-
different.
Like,
You gotta.
that's the problem with the thing now,
Bro, they
because
vote.
it's
Don't they
one
vote?
year they gonna let a 3-loss team in, the next year they not. Like, come on, man.
Don't they vote?
Yeah, that's the problem.
So if you got people like they got Condoleezza Rice, they got
and that's another reason. That's the problem. They need to give former players that actually know the game, that whose only job is to sit there and watch these
Hey,
teams.
McNuggets.
Y'all be going to get athletic directors and all these people that got other jobs to do.
So Illinois or the Buckeyes, Brett Musburger and the Buckeyes
Well, one of
versus
them- Well, you know, at the end of the day, the almighty dollar wins
Hey,
that.
bro,
So,
ain't no. Listen,
I mean, what you want numbers for ratings,
They
right?
might-
the Buckeyes is gonna bring that.
Hey, it's
So
even cheating that like if you
But you can't say that because they gave it to Indiana over Alabama,
and they
last year.
learn their mistake.
It really was in the grand scheme of things.
And by the way,
this what gets me about that because
They
everybody's
learned their
talking
lesson.
about, oh, Indiana got blowed out. The team that took the worst loss was Tennessee. I don't understand why the SEC got blowed out the worst. So why ain't nobody talking about that? Ohio State beat them by 28 points?
Could have named the score.
Whatever.
could've.
But nobody
No,
say
they
that.
could've
Like,
named the score.
everybody's
They-
talking about Indiana shouldn't have been in there, so Tennessee should have never been in there either.
But then again, it's the Buckeyes and it's Tennessee.
Man,
It's
don't miss
Peyton
me with
Manning. I get it. I'm with you.
Miss me with that.
Listen, I'm the mid-major guy. Give me TCU or Baylor or throw them in, and we're gonna see. But you know they ain't thinking like that.
Dion 4.5.
Dude, Bama lost to Vanderbilt and Oklahoma.
And it was a bad loss to
And who was the
Vandy.
And they
third
lost
one?
and the third was to Tennessee. They lost to Oklahoma by 21 points. Oklahoma won 4 games last year.
That's
So
why they didn't get in.
if Illinois or Ohio State, if Ohio State loses 3 games and one of those losses is to a 500 mid team, they're not going to get in.
But
It was justifiable. They lost to the Wolverines.
If it's a ranked team, and the Notre Dame cheat code is this: they're not in the conference. If Notre Dame loses, Notre Dame can lose 2 games. They lost. Did they lose to who? They lose to Marshall?
Northern Illinois.
They lost
Illinois.
to
They lost to Northern Illinois.
It was a shame.
And
Shout out,
guess
Huskies.
what?
Shout out.
And guess what? They went to the national championship game. They like, oh no, that don't matter. It was a.
But they ran the table after that loss.
Hey.
They didn't lose another game.
All right, let's get to some super chats here to wrap up today's show. James Mace Jr. says in regards to Dustin's order at 3 a.m., he said, if I eat 1/2 of a honey bun, I instantly gain 10 pounds.
You don't know nothing about those Taco Bell Cinnabon Delights.
Oh, man, bro,
I ate a dozen of those.
Hey, that's crazy, bro.
I wish my knee was good so I could play tennis. I would try it.
You got to get there, man. I'm telling you.
All right, next one. Shalom mate says Michigan will beat Ohio State again. Go blue.
Get out of here.
William Beck says Michigan has won 5 of the last 20 games with OSU. Always go Bucks.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was looking bad for them, and now they ain't got no quarterbacks.
Who?
Michigan?
They got
the Underwood kid, man.
They got that one dude.
Underwood, right?
Yeah.
They got rid of
Bryce
Orgy.
Underwood.
Orgy is where at UNLV or something.
Did he leave?
Orgy's out of here.
Orgy's not in the mix.
He wasn't in it
Orgy's
anyway.
at
They got this new dude, the new mobile quarterback.
Bryce
Underwood.
Yeah.
They have 2 guys compete for that job.
Man, Bryce Underwood gonna have that job. I don't know why they kidding themselves.
Orgy's at UNLV now.
Yeah.
Diddy Truck.
They ain't gonna pay him his money. He gonna
Another
quit out. He
orgy
gonna
in
sit
Vegas.
out. He gonna sit out
Here
too.
you go. That was set up too well.
Classic. Diddy Truck sent an ad. I'm not going to read the ad, but they sent us literally an ad read. I'm not going to do an ad read for a company that's not UCSS, but Diddy Truck did send that.
Shout out to Diddy Truck.
Yeah, shout out to Diddy Truck. Shalom mate says Bryce Underwood equals Heisman candidate in the next 2 years. You guys think could he win a Heisman?
Good for them. If he cool.
Yeah, of course he can. He's going to be on the top 5 team in the country for the next X amount of years he plays there, and they're going to be good.
Yeah.
And then the next one is, should the Browns still be interested in Amari Cooper or Gabe Davis?
They need some receivers. I don't
know that Amari Cooper's coming back.
I don't think he's coming back either.
The way he left, it was not good, and I don't know about his top end speed.
Gabe Davis is fine.
I
kick the tires on him.
I will say Joe Flacco had a really good connection with Amari Cooper.
He did, man.
I don't see Flacco being started for a ton of games.
Me either.
There's no way Cooper's coming back.
I don't think he's coming back either.
From everything I've heard inside,
You never know. Hey,
that bridge has been burned.
Yeah.
the almighty
gasoline.
dollar can change everything. So,
What would they pay Amari Cooper? He's going to get a veteran minimum to come to camp. Like, they're not dishing out real money to bring Cooper in after they wouldn't give him the raise he wanted last year.
I mean,
if I'm Amari, I'm looking to go to a team that's competing. Like put me on the Chiefs, put me on the Eagles, put me back in Buffalo, somewhere.
Hey,
Elijah Moore got his minutes in Buffalo now.
That's wild.
Kirk Davis says, I want to believe in Deshaun, but it's hard when he's let the fans down so many times already.
Deshaun, we're still talking about Deshaun?
Yeah, I thought
that was in relation to the running video he posted.
Okay. Nah, yeah.
It's for Cleveland, it's done. I hope he make it somewhere. He becomes a backup, or he gets an opportunity to start again. I like a nice little feel good story.
Yeah, I'm all for everybody. Like,
I just don't think the way that the Browns have operated and the things that they've said publicly, it makes it hard for me to believe that he's gonna play here again.
Yeah, it's a wrap for that.
Eric Barner says, totally random, but why does Tyvis look like the dude from Reading Rainbows? Love you, Ty. Go Bucks.
LeVar Burton?
The show.
I don't know who that is.
That's wild, bro. LeVar Burton was on Star Trek.
Let me look up Reading Rainbows.
He was also Kunta Kinte in Roots.
All right, while Ty's looking up him, we got a bunch of super chats during Sean's interview.
All right, here we go. Give me
Wait, Ty, does Tyvis agree?
LeVar Burton.
It does look like him.
I look like that.
Kind of do.
Oh no, wait, look. I look like that.
Butterfly in the sky.
A little bit.
I can go twice as high.
Oh, yeah.
Take a look. It's in a book.
All right, we got a bunch from the Sean interview. I'm going to read them all, then we can react to them all at once.
All right, so these are the mean tweets that's coming for Sean. Mean tweets. Let's get to it.
Miss Bell 70
Here we go.
says, not delusional Shedeur fans. We know what he can and will do. Delusional is thinking Dylan is smarter, faster, and better. Bring Dylan on. Why now? Does a QB need to be humble? He is legendary. Keep watching. Keep standing on it. She also says, keep watching, Sean. Hope humble pie tastes good. Brody's bottom line says, Shaun King's a clown. Elijah 007 says, tweets. Shaun King has spoken blasphemy. Sir, you have been cast out of the village, LOL. And our guy Halim said Shaun King was off on Shedeur, and Dustin standing up for him was spot on.
Thank you. He looks
Shaun has
like
been out of the loop
extra
for a
Uncle
little
Phil
while,
there, doesn't
but
he?
that's okay.
Yes.
And also, real quick before you
Yes.
go, shout out to Halim and to Matt Mackin for donating to the Velazano Ride for the Cause.
Wait a
Thank
minute.
you guys.
Did
We appreciate
they
you.
sent that as a super chat or this was Twitter?
No, super chat.
Yeah.
They all sent that their mean stuff to Shaun.
Yep.
Super. That's messed
Oh, they wanted to
up.
get it
They
right on the air.
wanted to get
Oh,
that on.
listen,
got it on the air.
hey, them clips, hey, listen. Hey, listen, they ready, they are cooking. They listen, they've already coalesced.
You know what's crazy though? The one thing about Shaun, I'm gonna say this real quick, is before like the draft process, he described him as, he said that Cam Ward was like a Aston Martin and Shedeur was like a luxury car as well, and then he flipped it to say like he's not transcending, but
Yeah.
like it's just. But he did say he doesn't mean he's not going to be an elite
Yeah,
quarterback. He's
like-
just saying like
He also compared Shedeur in the Grossies interaction to going to a comedy show with a fat girl.
Yeah, I didn't know if I got that one.
I was like,
he was saying that like although Shedeur might have been joking about like it wasn't
It's
as
just a-
he's
it's
still
odd-
like it's a
comparison.
seriousness
and,
to every joke.
he's a coach.
We'll see in
You know,
overtime.
coaches don't be like
3
a
minutes.
Flash.
Peace.